ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls from all over the world. What's up? How's life? How's everybody doing today? Let me zoom this thing in. This thing's all crooked and cockeyed. Why are you crooked and cockeyed here? Oh, we saw the wall. There we go. Still see the wall. Look at this excellence in broadcasting that we have here. Absolute excellence in broadcasting. Okay. We'll roll with that. Well, yeah. So you guys are here. Ask me anything. Happy Friday. You made it. You freaking made it, you filthy animals. Who's in chat here? Elliot. What's up, Elliot? Red Squirrel. Oi, oi. What's up, Red Squirrel? Godfather J6. What is up, my man? Yo. What's up, Rags and everyone? Hope you're well. Hex on air. Oink, oink. Barnes or bust in the house. What is up, dude? Suh. Day crypto. What's up, man? Pulse Bitcoin allows you to be Satoshi today. The future is cheap now. What is up, my man? Good to have you around here. Tank Crypto in wild territory. Wrestle turkeys. God dang, Tank Crypto. Who the hell are you, man? I'd like to party with you, bro. Money Gang Crypto. Yo. Guys, you would not even believe it. This dude, Money Gang Crypto, kicked Conor McGregor's ass. I saw it. I saw it live, dude, in the streets of wherever the hell he was. They had funny accents there. Hex McKenzie, life is good. What's up, fam? Do you dye your hair? What? Do I dye my hair? What are you talking about, Willis? I don't dye my daggone hair. I'm not there yet, bro. Gosh. My online goes, hello, all crypto. Steve, what is Pulse Bitcoin? Listen, you guys want me to cover stuff, I'll cover it. It's that simple. I'll cover it. Here's what I like to do. I like to read white papers now. You know why? The last two white papers that I read, it was like, for some people, it's like, yeah, you read my white paper. For other people, it's like, boo, you read the white paper. How dare you? How dare you read people's white papers out live in front of everybody? It's the most horrible thing ever. Reading white papers. Shilling projects. How dare you shill projects? How dare you read on the internet? No reading on the internet. Real Dave. What is up, Real Dave? Friday means nothing. I'm working all weekend. Red Squirrel, man. What's up? But you get a day off or two, right? Why would anyone dye to ginger? I'll tell you why, man. Because this, you see this freaking ginger beauty? This is a hot commodity, bro. This is a hot commodity. I'm telling you, it's like those blue lobsters. There's rare things. I'm rare, bro. People want this. Mobius. What's up, Mobius? Xenoform there. What's up? What's that lawsuit? I'll talk about the lawsuit after we cover the Pulse Bitcoin stuff. I've actually got the court documents, and we'll read out the lawsuit. It's funny. It's stupid. I'll tell you guys why it's stupid. It's not going to go anywhere. I'll tell you guys why. You said we could ask any question. Yeah. Thank you. Well, it makes for good content when you ask questions. I'm here for the furry little friend, the only coin I'm up to at the moment. Mr. Rafferty asked me about this last night. I think it was about 4 a.m., 5 a.m. my time. I was still up. Asked me about it. And I said, well, you know what? We're going to do it today. Because you, amongst other, a lot of other people have asked about this. So here's what's cool, too. You guys get to see my reaction. You get to see my reaction for pretty much the first time, right? I know that there's Pulse Bitcoin. I know there's mining involved. That's why I was able to make the thumbnail. We'll see. We'll talk about it out loud, and we'll read the white paper top to bottom. CJ Dez, what's up, Rags? I burned 100% of my PLSD for ASIC. Bitcoin will be, Pulse Bitcoin will be life-changing money. Had a fight with him in Dublin. He tapped after giving him a bag of snow. Take crypto cover OG Hex all the way to Icosa. Academaciated. Matt always gets that right. I always trip. The Potato King is back. What's up, bro? All lobsters are blue until you boil them, or at least till they turn red. Francis Powell, what is up? What is up? Let's see here. Cooking with Ginger. Moby says, I put 50% of my furry little friend. So if you guys are new here, I refer to Pulse Dogecoin as everybody's furry little friend when I'm talking about the charts. How's my furry little friend doing here today? K-Hex burned 90%. All right, cool. Let's get into this. So we'll just pull it up, man. Yeah, give me some knock jokes. And here's the thing, if you guys want me to talk about anything, just hit me up. Just let me know. Just message in chat. It's that simple. I'll talk about anything. We're going to go over the Pulse Bitcoin stuff, and then we're going to go over the lawsuit stuff. So stick around or don't stick around. Matters not to me. All right. Let's see here. What are we doing? Gonna share this damn thing. Money Gain Crypto is currently surfing a lava shark down a volcano into a UFO shaped like a hexagon, going past Mars and into a black hole to come back and save the Avengers. Nate Stakes, dear God, what a stream of consciousness you got, bro. Firestarter, the man who sleeps not. What is up, brother? Is there a way that you could roughly calculate the in-state gas fees? Never done one yet. So curious how it goes. Is there like a ratio? We'll get back to all that. Mr. Rafferty says Hex is scam. Knock, knock. Hex is a scam. Who is it? Mr. Rafferty's laughing. You big old brute. All right, here we go. Pulse Bitcoin. Pulse Bitcoin. Now, are you guys able to read that? I might need to change some settings here. Actually, virtual background, no. Camera. Is there advanced settings? Layouts. Ooh, maybe that'll make it a little bit bigger. No, it doesn't make it a little bit bigger. All right. Hide your face. Damn it, Finbear. I'm just going to, I think I can actually download this. Can I download this? Download PDF. And then I can increase the size. But now I've got to switch tabs. So we're going to stop screen, present, share screen, Chrome tab. And where's the PDF version? There it is. This will help you guys see it a little bit better. Boom. And we'll get in there. All right, cool. So Pulse Bitcoin, welcome to a better Bitcoin. If you guys just joined, I'm doing a live reaction to the white paper. I'm going to go through the white paper. We're going to see what they actually have to say instead of listening to everybody else tell me what it means, right? That's nice. That's cool. You get to actually see how slow I am and how much research I have to do before I come to these damn streams. The Bitcoin brand is very well known by much of the world, but many people still refuse to adopt it. Why? Bitcoin suffers from critical problems that prevent its continued adoption. I agree with that. Just to name a few, it's slow. It is slow. It's expensive to use, relatively. Requires special equipment to effectively mine it. Yes. It's not environmentally sustainable. That part I don't care about. You can X that out. That's a narrative. But I say that about everybody. It has numerous inflation vulnerabilities. Yes, it does. Two inflation bugs that come to mind. 2010, 184 billion were printed out of thin air. Then there was also a 6 billion exploit that actually was caught before it happened. It is not compatible with existing DeFi without the use of middlemen. So yeah, you could wrap your Bitcoin. Bitcoiners hate that. It does not scale as well as Ethereum networks. Correct. And the list goes on and on. The world deserves a better Bitcoin, and the solution has finally been created. Pulse Bitcoin. So, question is, what is a better proof of stake Bitcoin? Pulse Bitcoin or Zen? Uh-oh. Rags went there. Here it goes. Well, we're about to find out. Last time I read that white paper on Zen, man, people got mad. Pulse Bitcoin offers cheaper transactions, faster transactions, inclusive mining. Uh-oh, inclusive. Scarce supply, native compatibility with existing DeFi, more security, high scalability, and most importantly, it's environmentally sustainable and energy efficient. Selling points, okay, you gotta get your selling points in there. You gotta get the narratives because people come to the white paper and they read this, and that's how they defend your project or not. To make the world a better place, we must replace the current Bitcoin and make it greater in every way that actually matters. Pulse Bitcoin is not a copy. It is a much needed innovation. All right, so the folks over at Pulse Dogecoin, what is it, Hex Info? The future is cheap now. To be quite honest with you, I don't know many people over at the Pulse Doge, on the Pulse Doge side, but the future's cheap now. I like him. I respect him. We've been streaming together. He's an Hex OG. He's got a beautiful family. Love the guy. So hats off to you. Thanks for talking to me about all this. Pulse Bitcoin can be mined into existence just like Bitcoin, except instead of using expensive mining hardware known as ASICs, application specific integrated circuits, and electricity, Pulse Bitcoin exclusively uses software, which is ASIC tokens, application specific internet coins. I see what you did there. Not circuits, but coins and time. No hardware required. Okay. So we're starting to understand this. So again, everybody's going to kind of, it is what it is. They're going to talk about the pollution aspect. I think it's all BS, but beyond that, what they're saying is you don't need miners. You don't need ASIC miners. You don't need to wire, $10,000 to Hong Kong or $20,000 to Hong Kong, wait 3 weeks and pray that some machines show up to your door, but then get interrogated by customs and a couple other agencies on the way. Yeah, should have just spent that money on Hex, but I thought I was smarter. So it says mine time, not pollution. You can use these ASIC tokens instead of having to use ASIC miners, which means the barrier of entry is much lower. Cool. Pulse Bitcoin versus Pulse Bitcoin. Pulse Bitcoin exists on the Ethereum network, which operates at 12-second blocks. Compare this to Bitcoin, where just a block confirmation can take over 10 minutes. Also, once Pulse Chain is released, you'll get even faster and cheaper transactions. So around 3-second blocks. We'll see. It's going to be probably in that range. Let's compare the speed of each network. Bitcoin's network is about 10 minutes average block time. Ethereum is 12-second average. Pulse Chain network will probably be closer to 12 seconds. But before everything else was announced, we were at 3 seconds. All right. Scarce supply. So Bitcoin supply is 21 million. Pulse Bitcoin supply is 21 million. You will also receive an exact one-to-one version of your Pulse Bitcoin on Pulse Chain immediately. So when we fork, you're going to get your Pulse Bitcoin on Pulse Chain. Don't miss out on the opportunity to get in early on Pulse Bitcoin, designed to be the greatest cryptocurrency that has ever existed. All right. Let's compare the coin supply. Yeah, 21 million. Faster halvings. Okay, this is interesting. So if you're familiar with the halving, the amount of reward that you receive on the Bitcoin side, if I'm not mistaken, cuts in half per block for every 210,000 blocks that are mined. I think that's right. 210,000. You guys know what we do here, by the way. So essentially what you see when the reward is cut in half, that also means that the people who are mining in the network have to do one of two things to keep up with the same type of ROI. They're going to have to increase the efficiency of the circuit boards in their machines, right? And the power of those, or they have to buy a higher volume of the same type of machine to make up for it because they're not getting as much reward. So you're going to have to scale in one way or the other. They're either going to have to add more or they're going to have to upgrade the hardware on board. So that technically makes things more scarce, makes it harder to come by. And that's the Bitcoiners make the case that that's why there's a space race to get as many Bitcoin as possible. So having comparison, Bitcoin's mining reward, aka inflation, is programmed to have every 210,000 blocks, or about every 4 years. Pulse Bitcoin's mining reward is also designed to have, but every 6 to 12 months. Okay, cool. Here's something interesting. Halving events are correlated with Bitcoin's price to the upside. Yes. Let me see if I've got that on a chart so I can show you guys. I think I put that on one of my charts in the past. It's my BLX chart. Where you at, BLX? BLX, did I do it? Braggs, you dirty son of a gun. If you did this, I'm going to be. Yes, Braggs did it. I'm so proud of you, brother. He's talking to himself in the third person. Oh, my God. All right, let's share this. I want to show you guys what this means. This is important because for you to understand what this is, you need to understand what this is. That makes sense, right? I got an A in English class. All right, here we go. So this is a chart that I've had created for years now. It's on tradingview.com. These green lines represent the halving points, the points at which the block rewards get cut in half. So if you'll notice, you see these halving events and then you see immediate pumps. You see these halving events, you see these pumps. You see this halving event, you see the pump. So this is actually my idea. I don't think I've showed this. Maybe I have. This is my idea of where we're going to see the market start to turn around a little bit. And it's actually it's pretty close to what's happening. The halving event's probably going to be around March, maybe Q1 of 2024. So we have about a year, a little bit sooner, a little bit later. It also depends on when the Fed starts turning the money printers back on. But as you'll see, these halving events right after, a lot of times you're going to see some sort of bull market occur. Right. And that's because there's a race. It's just a race to get people's hands on Bitcoin. That's the narrative on the Bitcoin side. So when people are going to buy Bitcoin, it affects the market in a positive way due to all those pairings, all those trading pairs with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then subsequently Ethereum with everything else. So I know that took a little bit longer than you guys might have liked, but I just want to be thorough here instead of just talking out my butt. All right, we'll go back to the white paper. Okay. Cool. Pulse Bitcoin's mining rewards is also designed to have, but every 6 to 12 months. So instead of having every 4 years, Pulse Bitcoin's mining reward is designed to have every 6 to 12 months. Okay, and here's the math behind that. The total amount. Okay. All right. The halving frequency is determined by the amount of hashing power that joins or leaves the network to mine new blocks. The halving frequency is determined by the number of ASIC tokens used. Ooh, interesting. Okay. So in this, the halving frequency is determined by the amount of hashing power. So if you control the hash, you control the network that joins or leaves. The halving frequency is determined in Pulse Bitcoin by the number of ASIC tokens used to mine. So the faster the adoption that you have. Okay. So the barrier of entry is not actually. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So the faster the adoption that you have, the quicker this thing's going to have and the supply is going to burn out. Too long to do. All right, the frequency is non-deterministic, meaning halvings could occur sooner or take longer than estimated based on the mining participation. Yeah, like we said, it's the amount of people, the amount of ASIC tokens that are there. That's kind of cool. All right, halving breakdown comparison. Okay, so this is the total number of halvings ever to occur. So there's 32. The total number of Bitcoin minted per block. That's this. It's a geometric progression where I is the halving. Okay, in the number of Bitcoin. Okay, cool. Total number of halvings, which is ever. Okay, so there's going to be 32. Total number of Pulse Bitcoin minted to reach the next halving. Okay. So you have to, okay, so in this case, you needed 210 number of Bitcoin minted per block, 210,000. In this case, it's 10,500,000 pulse Bitcoin minted to reach the next halving. Okay, divided by 2i, right? Bitcoin supply halving. All right, so in the beginning, just like Richard says, he was mining 50 Bitcoin blocks with his EXE. Boom, 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 boom. 50 Bitcoin back in January 2009, all the way to November 2012. That cut in half to 12.5. Currently, we have having 3, which is 6.25. So we got about 6.25 mining rewards per block there. Bitcoin mined during halving cycle, 1,312,500. Yeah, so it just keeps getting scarcer. Okay. Pulse Bitcoin. So this is kind of interesting. Mining fee rate, ASIC, 25%. Mining reward rate. Pulse Bitcoin mined during halving cycle, 10,500,000. Interesting. So this is just going to be probably significantly accelerated as compared to Bitcoin. That's exactly what it's going to be. Interesting. And you don't have the barrier of entry to the hardware that's required, the ever increasing price of hardware and electricity and infrastructure. You don't have that. You've got these ASIC tokens instead of miners. Okay. Inclusive mining. All right. Whenever just full disclosure, you guys know this is a highly anti-liberal channel. So whenever I see these words inclusive, I'm like, oh Lord Jesus. But here we go. Mining comparison. To mine Bitcoin, it requires an expensive and powerful GPU or hardware ASIC miner just to participate effectively, plus the cost, constant use of electricity, like we said. With Pulse Bitcoin, you don't need any of this. You just need ASIC token and time. Just lock up one or more ASIC tokens for 30-day intervals to start mining. Doing this is referred to as mining. This allows everyone the same opportunity. Okay, inclusivity. I see what you mean by there. Thank you for not using that term in the way that most everybody in this world uses it. This is LGBTQ plus coin. Mining simplified deposit. Okay. All right. User's wallet. You've got these ASIC miners. You deposit this into the smart contract, the Pulse Bitcoin smart contract. I'm assuming you can buy these ASIC or these. What are these? These NFTs? Or are they tokens? So you get these ASIC tokens, I guess, deposit in the contract, 30-day lockup periods, 30-day unlock. And what can you do? You can either withdraw from the contract more of these things. You can withdraw from the contract your ASIC tokens. You can mint your Pulse Bitcoin, and there's a mining fee, which goes to the burn address. Okay, so maybe that's the way it becomes like, is it deflationary? Or is that just the ASIC miners? Oh, because the ASIC miners are what determines how quickly you have the halving events. Okay. Since Bitcoin does not require any special mining hardware, it allows anyone in the world to mine new Pulse Bitcoin into existence just by acquiring ASIC token and interacting with the Pulse Bitcoin mining smart contract. Okay, cool. Let me check chat here. Let's see what's going on in chat. Yeah, ASIC Apple. Yeah, in this case, it's coin. In their case, all right. Though it's hard to read, my PLSD is just sitting pretty where I left it. No chance I could see it. Control plus. Weinstein study guide for y'all. Okay, awesome. Awesome. I'm here for you to tell me what it is, Brandon. Well, here we go. Who are the founders? Better not be the dude that did Dodeca. F that dude. I don't know. Hex Info, I don't know who he is. I don't know who the guy is. And I know that, like, what is it? Wolverine, he's just a community member. What's all the hub-dub about this dog gum coin? It's only destroying the environment if it's crypto, correct? But it's banking, electricity, just the cost of doing business. Yep. Yeah, until people complain about Christmas lights, electrical usage, it's all BS, or online internet gaming. Absolutely. I have the best words. I know all the best words. David James in the house, man. What is up? You need to put your shirt on, bro. You're scaring all the betas off, bro. God dang, man. Look at you, you monster. Nope, not touching this. Good look, everyone. Rags, everyone. What is up? I think I'm gonna just hodl PLSD. It seems to be performing well enough in the bear. Interesting. Yeah, let me know your thoughts so far on the white paper. Just reading through. You have to sack burn ETH USD PLSD to get an ASIC token. 2 million PLSD have been burned for ASIC. And there's what? What? Isn't there only like a 6 million supply of PLSD? Yeah, about 33%. Yeah. Hex Farmer in the house tokens. Pepe also said the only way to get Pulse Litecoin will be to stake Pulse Bitcoin. Okay, let's check this out further. Go back here. We'll share that. Big bang boom. 6 milli, David James says. All right, so DeFi compatible. Bitcoin lives on its own network, meaning it's siloed from existing trustless DeFi infrastructure that operates wonderfully well on Ethereum and other EVM networks. If you want to swap to a stablecoin on Bitcoin, you must use middlemen. Right. You can't risk off a Bitcoin. You cannot risk off. And that's a major problem. If you want to earn yield in your Bitcoin, you must use middlemen. Correct. And if you want to use your Bitcoin in a retail setting, you have to use middleman, which is the Lightning Network. People don't like to hear that. Bitcoin folks get triggered about that, but it's true. If you want to swap your Bitcoin for any other crypto, you must use middlemen. Pulse Bitcoin offers all of these without the use of middlemen. Okay, so you're an EVM compatible network. EVM network, rather. You may have heard before that Bitcoin is limited or restricted in its technical capabilities, but never knew exactly how. Here's a few reasons. All right. So why can't people build stuff on top of it? Why is it so slow? Maybe they'll answer these questions. Bitcoin scripting language is not Turing complete, which significantly limits its computational use cases. So that's why they can't really put smart contracts on top of Bitcoin without using something else that's connected to it as a satellite. That's right. They kind of outsource their computational power there. Bitcoin also does not offer useful persistent storage, meaning all the UTXOs would require transaction state data, which would add enormous complexity for simple tasks. Both drawbacks prevent the Bitcoin network from gaining mass adoption. Pulse Bitcoin again solves this by existing on a better network, the Ethereum network, which allows complex smart contract execution, storage, and otherwise through the Ethereum virtual machine. Well, there you go. So what they're doing here is they are looking to take Bitcoin and put it on Ethereum, put it on Pulse chain. Decentralized exchanges. Since Pulse Bitcoin exists on Ethereum currently and later Pulse chain, it offers everyone native options for peer-to-peer trustless trading. Platforms such as Uniswap, SushiSwap, PulseX, etc., or where transactions occur directly between users and zero counterparty. No middleman required. Okay, so we know what DEXs are here. We know what DEXs are. Stablecoins, yield farming, NFTs, and so much more. Interesting. All right, so I haven't seen NFTs up until this point. I was kind of curious if they used that earlier. As we can see, Bitcoin fails to offer peer-to-peer trustless trading. It also fails to offer useful stablecoins that you can trustlessly swap into. If there's one aspect that holds true about crypto, it's that it faces extreme price volatility. And while Bitcoin forces you to depend on a counterparty to offset risk into stables, Pulse Bitcoin offers many different types of stablecoin options, all while doing so trustlessly. Okay, so you can use stables. Okay, so you got what? DAI, USDC, USDT, BUSD, TUSD, USDP, GUSD. It's going to be liquid, LUSD or whatever it is. Within the native Bitcoin ecosystem, there's no way to earn trustless yield on your tokens. There's no way to earn trustless yield, but yield is given out as reward to people who are securing the Bitcoin network. That's how that works. Is that a trustless yield in a way? I guess. Is it accessible to everybody? Technically, yes, but also not realistically, yes. It costs too much damn money. You got to buy. I remember when I started mining Bitcoin, I'm like, dude, like my power bill is like $2,000 a month. I'm making like two or $300 in profit of Bitcoin. I was like, this is stupid. I'm a smart guy. And my house was hot, and this was before pot was legal in Virginia, so I know the feds are flying over. I mean, my house is white hot on that infrared. All right. NFTs have exploded in popularity over the last year, onboarding many new users into the Ethereum ecosystem, but due to Bitcoin's limited capabilities, it cannot compete. More secure crypto holders, including many well-known crypto influencers, have no idea that Bitcoin has a long history of security and vulnerabilities. Most everybody doesn't know. And that was me probably a year and a half ago, especially inflation bugs. Inflation bugs occur when someone on the network can mint free coins outside the defined parameters. Many think this is the only way Bitcoin is vulnerable to exploits is through 51% attacks. This is false. A huge problem with Bitcoin is that its source code is not modular so much that some call it spaghetti code. Now, what do you guys mean by that? It means if something breaks, if something's breaking in the Bitcoin code, think about like a server rack. You got this huge rack, you got a bunch of server slots. And if one server that performs one function breaks, you can isolate the problem. You can pull that server rack out, you can get a new one, you can replace it. Well, you can configure it and you can replace it and put it right back in. That's what they mean by modular. Things are separated. With this, you can't go through and fix a part of the code without breaking everything else. So when they say spaghetti code, that's in a very broad sense, that's kind of what they mean. So Pulse Bitcoin offers superior security through modularity and code audits. Yeah, software compartmentalization. That's the word I should have used. It's compartmentalized. Application layer, you got the account, the smart contract, the EVM, the ASIC, and the PLSB, Pulse Bitcoin and ASIC smart contracts are built in there. You got the data layer. Okay, so they're just saying like everything is modular. The environment, user interface, database, cryptography, consensus. Yeah, okay. So if something breaks, it can be fixed. Bitcoin, as well as many other cryptocurrencies, have suffered from the most harmful of all blockchain bugs, inflation bugs. Inflation bugs occur when anyone in the network can mint free coins at will, thus breaking the defined limits and parameters. Bitcoin has experienced several of these types of software bugs over the years. We know that. Okay. Superior blockchain design. Let me just scan through this real quick. Okay. We're just talking about the same stuff. Yeah, okay. Code audits play a curtail roles during software development and implementation. Code audits typically are used to identify bugs or unintended logic operations. Yeah. Bitcoin has had 0 code audits, while Pulse Bitcoin's code has been audited. Who you guys been audited by? Tell me in chat. Highly scalable. Okay, so we know the scalability. Of course, Pulse Bitcoin is very scalable. Pulse Bitcoin solves every scalability problem Bitcoin suffers from just by operating on the Ethereum network. Yeah, Bitcoin is just it's the grandfather, man. Bitcoin's only viable scaling method is through the Lightning Network. The Lightning Network, which is not just unique to Bitcoin, is an overly complex, prone to failure layer 2 payment protocol. The LN has absolutely failed Lightning Network to gain any sort of adoption due to both of its technical limitations as well as legal reasons, not to mention the centralization and problem it introduces. Agreed. Fun fact, more Bitcoin is wrapped on Ethereum than currently exists on the Lightning Network. Well, because it makes sense. They hate that. Okay. All right, we're gonna keep going down. I like the fact that there's a lot of teaching in this white paper. That's good. I err on the side of simplicity. However, I can't also say that I don't like details. Environmental impact. I'm not talking about environmental impact. I don't care about that because people are just gonna make money. They ain't gonna read that. Unless we got some tree looking hippies out there. I know it's gonna make a difference to y'all. Okay, proof of work, proof of stake. Okay, this is good. I want to get down to the nuts and bolts. Okay, Pulse Bitcoin. Pulse Bitcoin mining is completely separated from network block reward mining. Okay. Pulse Bitcoin mining only requires you to lock up ASIC tokens for 30-day intervals. This mechanism just requires time, which honestly is the most valuable human resource we have. And the best part, it does not cause pollution. To clarify, Pulse Bitcoin will live on a cleaner network and reward users for mining their valuable time through a non-polluting reward process. Win-win. To summarize, Pulse Bitcoin is designed to replace Bitcoin completely by being better in every way that actually matters. Okay. Here we go. We're going to kind of get into the nuts and bolts of this. Today, Bitcoin is exclusively mined into existence by physical mining equipment known as ASIC miners, since these are only available to a select number of people. They're available to everybody, but they're just very expensive. Mining Bitcoin is not feasible for the everyday person. Pulse Bitcoin solves this by exclusively using software to perform its mining operation by using ASIC tokens. This allows anyone anywhere in the world to mine the next generation Bitcoin, no hardware required. There are two different ways of creating the new ASIC token. ASIC token miners, ATMs, first 30 days, and transforming Pulse Dogecoin first 60 days are both time limited events. Okay, so two different ways of creating new ASIC token. You can do the ASIC token miners. So I guess you can buy those, or transforming Pulse Dogecoin if you hold it. Both are time limited events. So you can get the ASIC token miners in the first 30 days. You can transform your Pulse Dogecoin for 60 days. After this, the only way for new participants to acquire ASIC token is either through a DEX such as Uniswap or by purchasing and redeeming an existing ASIC token miner. All right, so here's the flow. Pulse Bitcoin protocol. You can get an ASIC token miner. Oh, interesting. ASIC token miner, you get the ATM, redeem ATM, mint NFT into ASIC. So you buy the ASIC tokens, and then you can take those ASIC tokens and you can mint an NFT, which changes it into the miner. So buy ASIC tokens and you have an NFT. That answers the NFT question. I figured that would be the case. And then you can, mine Pulse Bitcoin that way. Transform PLSD or ASIC. So you can buy an ASIC on Uniswap. So you can go from PLSD to ASIC. All right. Buy ASIC on Uniswap, and then you can also mine Bitcoin that way. That makes sense. ASIC token miner, the first 30 days. An ATM or ASIC token miner is an NFT representation of ASIC token. Creating an ASIC token miner is the optional process of creating an NFT from the Pulse Bitcoin contract. Okay. This process is only available during the first 30 days of launch. These NFTs can be redeemed at any point after the 30-day launch period for ASIC tokens. Each NFT can only be redeemed once. So the redemption value is determined by the current halving. Cool. For every $1 of time-weighted average value deposited in the ATM portion of the Pulse Bitcoin contract, you will receive $1 equals 1 point. The following tokens are accepted for ATM point creation. Okay. So if you're gonna buy it with something. So USDC, USDT, DAI, Wrapped ETH, Hex, Hedron. These points can then be redeemed for ASIC tokens at any time after the 30-day launch. But know this, the longer you wait to redeem, the more ASIC tokens you will receive. Wait, what? Why? These points then can be redeemed for ASIC tokens at any time after the 30-day launch. So you can do it within the 30 days, but the longer that you wait to redeem, the more ASIC token that you will receive. To clarify, if you purchase an ATM, hold it till a later halving, then redeem it, you'll receive more ASIC token. Versus if you were to have redeemed it during early halving period. having important. Okay. So having lunch, you got 1 point. Your multiplier is 2. You get 2 ASIC tokens. Having 2. So if you wait all the way to the end, but here's the question. Okay, how much do you receive from one ASIC token? So the question is holding off to the last halving. Is holding off to the last halving smarter than having ASICs at the beginning? I mean, that's massively, yeah, okay, so it's massively delayed. So you'd have to delay massive you'd have to really, really hold off your gratification and not make anything until the last halving, and you pump out 33 ASICs. You're gonna catch your ROI, you're gonna catch up real quick on that curve, but most people aren't gonna do that. But that's an interesting pump-a-metal. Example 1, hypothetically, let's say ETH is trading at exactly 1,500. Alice uses 1 wrapped ETH to create an ATM, so it should be 1,500 points. That's 1 wrapped ETH, time-weighted average, $1,500 of value, 1,500 points. Okay, so you got 1 wrapped ETH, you switch it over. It's gonna be 1-to-1, so you get 1,500 points. Alice can redeem these points at any time she chooses, but can only do it once. So her choices are as follows. If she does it on the halving event 0, 1 point equals 1 ASIC. If redeemed, she'll get 1,500 ASIC. Yeah. Having 1 point equals 2 ASIC. Okay. Okay, so this halving period occurs. So if there's 32, uh, 32 of periods, 5.3. Oh, it's 5 or 6 years. So the total supply will be completely divvied out in what? About 5 years? 3 to 5 years? And I guess it also depends on how many people have these things. All right, second question. Hypothetically, let's say Hex is trading at exactly 3 cents. Bob uses 500,000 Hex to create an ATM. And I like how you guys did ATM there, by the way. I forgot to give you credit about that earlier. That's 500,000 Hex TWAP, $15,000 of value, 15,000 points. Bob can redeem it anytime he chooses, but can only redeem once. So he's got 15,000 ASIC points if he does it having 0. He's got 30,000 if he does it having 1, which would be approximately 6 months later. Having 2 would be approximately a year later. So 10, 15 years, actually. Okay. Transformation, PLSD into ASIC, first 60 days. 15 years, is that right? The other way to do it, you could take your PLSD. Transforming is the process of converting Pulse Dogecoin, PLSD, into application-specific internet coin, ASIC. During this process, PLSD is removed from your wallet and replaced with ASIC. The PLSD is sent to the Ethereum burn address, thus effectively taking out of circulation forever. So that's why you guys are saying in chat about 2 million has been removed already, because so many people are doing this process to create their ASIC miners. Okay. And it's like 6 million Pulse Doge, we said 6 million total after the launch phase there, the claim phase. For every 1 PLSD, you receive 5 ASIC tokens. 1 PLSD equals 5 ASIC. This process is only available during the first 60 days of launch. 1 PLSD equals 5 ASIC. PLSD is $5. Okay. This process is only okay. You can do this within the first 60 days. The other way, you can only do it in the first 30 days. Keep in mind, since Pulse Dogecoin has such a limited hard cap supply of 6 million, there can only ever be a theoretical maximum of 30 million ASIC tokens created through the transformation process, if and only if all PLSD holders transform within the first 60 days. So user's wallet, you could take your PLSD, you can go to the transformation smart contract, wherever that is. You could transfer to the user wallet, so you can change your PLSD and it will give you back an ASIC token, or you can transfer to the burn address. And so that's what it does, both of these functions. So it'll give you ASIC token and it'll burn your PLSD. So that pumps Pulse Dogecoin, our furry little friend, and also gives you ASIC token at 1 to 5. Do we say that 1 to 5 or 1 to 4? Yeah, 1 to 5. Mining details. Here was my question. Mining Pulse Bitcoin is the process of locking up one or more ASIC tokens called miners for 30-day intervals. This can be done through a Pulse Bitcoin PLSB mining site such as pulsebitcoin.app. From here, you can select how much ASIC you want to mine Pulse Bitcoin with. To start a miner, a user only needs to submit an ASIC token amount greater than 1 to the mining functionality portion of the Pulse Bitcoin smart contract. Once the ASIC has been submitted properly, it's now hard locked for 30 days. Now, here's the question. Why did you guys do 30 days? Here's my theory on that. Because you want people to keep coming back and have it on their mind. You want them setting reminders in Siri. So it's actually a marketing technique. Am I right on that? Is that why you guys do 30-day periods? The user then has the following 30 days to end the miner in mining button, which performs the operation of closing out the miner and minting both the user's deposited ASIC tokens minus the mining fee paid in ASIC. Where does the fee go? That's what question. I don't think I saw that. I saw that it was like a small amount, like 0.25% or something. Penalty details. There's a single rule that must be followed when mining Pulse Bitcoin. If a user fails to end their mining operation during the 30-day end mining period, 61 days from the initial mining start, they will forfeit. Okay. So you have a 30-day window. Like, I guess, a 30-day good accounting. So you have 30 days to mine, you have 30 days to end. They'll forfeit all their Pulse Bitcoin reward and lose half of their ASIC tokens. Yeah. So not only is it marketing to keep it on their mind, but also this is going to incentivize people through pain to come back and take care of business. So you're going to have to work for your money. After miner is expired, anyone in the world can run the good of accounting function, which will end a specific expired mining operation. This cleanup function will remove the ASIC tokens from the Pulse Bitcoin smart contract, reward the caller of the good accounting. Oh, okay. So original address that started the mining operation. Huh. Okay, so your penalty is half. They'll forfeit the reward and lose half of their ASIC token. But the person who runs the good accounting function, they send the remaining half to the original address that started the mining operation and burn the Pulse Bitcoin as PLSB reward. So the person, okay, interesting. So it incentivizes people to do that, to keep the network clean. Makes sense. To clarify, 3 things occur when the good accounting function is called for an expired miner. First, 50% of the ASIC token locked for that specific mining period will be sent to the address that ran the good accounting function. So any rando can come in and run it as a bounty reward. Second, the remaining 50% of the ASIC token will be sent back to the address that initially began the mining operation. It's nice. Don't want to get sued. I guess you can't sue a smart contract. Now, is this immutable? No admin keys and things like that. Third, the Pulse Bitcoin reward that was earned by that miner is then forwarded to the burn address, thus taking it out of circulation forever. So I guess the question in my mind, what's the point of modularity after you launch? If you're not going to be able to change it, what's the point of modularity? Are you able to change this? Are you guys able to go in and change the code out of curiosity? Okay. Included below is the Pulse Bitcoin mining process timeline. So you can deposit, which is the mining starts, is the 30-day mining period. The mining process begins when a user starts mining using 1 or more ASIC tokens. This is submitted to the Pulse Bitcoin mining contract. Hold on a second. I'm leaking. This initiates a 30-day period where the user submitted ASIC tokens are temporarily unable to be withdrawn from the contract until day 31. At any point, a user can have any number and size Pulse Bitcoin mining locks occurring simultaneously. So to clarify, a user is not limited to just a single miner lock. Okay. Now, after that 30-day mining period, there's a 30-day in mining period, which is like the good accounting. Once a user's miner has been mining or locked for 31 days, any point past this up till day 60, the user must end their mining lock and receive mining rewards. As soon as the user has ended their mining lock, thus receiving their reward and receiving back their deposited ASIC tokens, the user can then begin a new miner or mining lock and repeat the process again to start mining even more Pulse Bitcoin. So if you go 61 days past the first date you start, so it's 30 days for the mining period, 30 days for the good accounting. If you're on day 61 and beyond, that's the penalty period. The penalty occurs when a user's miner has not been ended within 31 to 60 day time period. After 60 days, the Pulse Bitcoin mining reward is forfeited. Now anyone can run the good accounting function. So that keeps people active. All right. Okay, we know all this. Unstoppable money. This is Bitcoin version 2.0, a better Bitcoin for the future. Okay, cool. They cited their references. That's good. Nakamoto. There's a lot of influences from the Nakamoto white paper. Peer-to-peer digital cash, 2008. Wow. What do you guys think? I'll check through chat here. I'll give you my opinion. Okay. Man, you guys been chopping it up in here, man. You have to sack burn. Okay, yeah, PLSD. 2 million PLSD have been burned for ASIC, about 33% of the total supply. For stats, pulsebitcoin.app, transform. Global PLSD burn, so 2 million. 2,039,000. 2,040,000. Could someone confirm if this ASIC token on the coin market cap is the same token we're talking about, not currently trading at 0.00007? PLSB is number one meme coin. What's up, Rags? Is it a meme coin? Is that a meme? What's a meme coin? Is that a meme coin? All right. Bobby Hexelrod. Okay, here's the contract address. Okay, cool, for ASIC. Briz, thoughts on holding PLSD versus PLSB? Solid, so we can just market buy ASIC and start mining if we want. I live on the helicopter flight path to Quantico. Perhaps the ASIC NFT after all the halvings 33x could be the most precious. Perhaps. We saw what happened with Bitcoin and how expensive those damn miners are. Bitmain screwed everybody for a long time. Billions of dollars. Billions. You buy an NFT with USDC. It requires you to wait 30 days. Then you can redeem that NFT for ASIC tokens. And there will only be a 30-day launch. Then you can use the ASIC coins to mine Pulse Bitcoin after redeeming that NFT. So I think that if you're going to get into this, it makes sense to get into the mining early. If you're an early adopter of mining, based on the halvings that it's showing and based on the adoption, it might make sense for you guys. It makes sense. Makes sense. I guess I didn't see how the rewards are calculated for miners. Perhaps playing both angles might be best. So it'll be available in 1 month to buy on the market. If you wait till the last halving, and guarantee that somebody that calls himself a marble hero will already have dumped on your head. So take profits all the way up, not hating, just saying. The unfortunate reality of things is, yeah, Bob, you're probably correct. Just crypto in general, not this contract, just crypto in general. At this point, I'm working on accumulating more liquid hex for that copy. PLSD supply, low supply, 6 million something. I think that you're right on that, Brandon. Speculative stickiness. Yeah, very sticky. Hardware is not hard. Just ask Alex, Hexinfo, and Jacques. Come on, Hexinfo. Who are you, man? Come on, tell the world. Who are you, bro? 30-day metric may help build a better behavioral model. Yeah. Mid-May. Shut up, facing reality. What a burn. So much better stuff to focus on. So you can only mine for 30 days, then you have to start a new miner. Yeah. It makes you sticky, just kind of like what Briz just said. I posted a video in your Rags Riches Telegram regarding the penalties. Okay. Don't smash the like, you animals. Make sure not to subscribe. We're 55 minutes in. I do like that it's complex and that some game theory and tokenomics are present. It takes Bitcoin. It just improves upon it. I do have a couple questions that I'll ask those folks. I'll ask those folks in their chat, but I just wanted to go through the white paper. Um, so that's what we're just going to do. We're going to go through white papers now. We'll go through white papers, start doing that quite a bit. My first impressions of this, it seems very well thought out. It's taking an existing model, which is Bitcoin, moving it to proof of stake. I think it's based on the white paper. Now the execution is different. Let's see what happens. But based on the white paper, it sounds much better than other folks who have tried to do similar things with Bitcoin that I know of on proof of stake networks. Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's pretty cool. All right. Now here's what we're gonna do. On that account, I'll just hodl all and buy more PLSD when we hit the bottom. There you go, buddy. Yeah, that's what I asked Jim. I don't see that. Let me control F this to make sure I didn't miss something. I'm assuming it might have admin keys. Maybe. I don't want to FUD it. Not FUDing it, guys. But the fact that they went so much into the modularity about things breaking this and that would maybe indicate to me that it does. But I don't know. I don't know. That's one question maybe you guys can answer for me. All right. What we're going to do now, I am going to go over the lawsuit that Richard Schuler just got served, or the summons. And I'm going to tell you why I think it's silly. Like, I can't even believe somebody spent the time and money to do that. But we'll go over the whole thing here. Let me X this out. And I will stop screen, present. No admin keys, Slet me says. All right. Where are you at, lawsuit? Where are you at? Documents, Hex lawsuit. There we go. All right, now let me share. Did it pop up? Come on now. Crikey. Well, shoot, man. I don't want you guys to be able to see all that stuff. I don't want you guys to be able to see my damn desktop. All right, I'm just going to read it off here. I'll read it off because I don't want you to see my desktop. It's just a risk that I'm not willing to take. All y'all smart people can do all sorts of crazy stuff with desktops, and I'm not doing it. That and my midget fetish. I don't want you guys seeing that. My screensaver's pretty gnarly. All right. Hex lawsuit. State of South Carolina, County of Florence. John Doe, pseudonymous owner of Hex ERC20 tokens, on behalf of his or herself and all others similarly situated. That's the plaintiff. The defendant, Richard James Schuler, a.k.a. Richard Hart, submitted by Graham L. Newman, Esquire. Address 2801 Divine Street, Suite 300, Columbia, South Carolina, 29205. I have a theory. Is Divine Street in the hood? I bet you it is. Let's look. I bet Divine Street's in the hood, bro. Is it? Is this BS? Let's check this thing. So if you guys didn't know, Richard got served. You got served. It's right next to a Lutheran church. Blum Coffee, Blossom Shoes and such. Craft. Oh no, what is this? I gotta get in here. I gotta get in Street View. I gotta see what's up. Trying to see if this daggone thing is what I think it is. Divine. You divine. You a dime plus 99. Street View. All right, Divine Street. Let's check out Divine Street. Is this hood? No, I wouldn't say it's necessarily hood. Nah. This is oh no, it's not. Well, it's not the best. Let me check this street corner here. What do we got? Popeye's chicken. Oh shoot. No, it's not Popeyes. What is this? Where I'm from, man, we only got Popeyes in the hood. So if you want to go get Popeyes, you better strap up. Nah, this is like, well, is that no? This is a nice little spot. Just okay. Sorry, guys. I had to go off of that tangent for myself. Had to go off on that tangent. All right, here we go. So, what's the deal with this damn thing? Okay. So, jury trial demanded in complaint. This case is subject to mediation pursuant to the court annexed alternative dispute resolution rules. All right. Let's see what let's see what we got going on here. You are hereby summoned and required to answer the complaint herein, copy of which, blah, 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 blah. Grant L. Newman, attorney for the plaintiff. So what do we have here? Okay. So what is the plaintiff complaining of? Defendant Richard James Schuler, aka Richard Hart. Hereinafter, defendant Schuler is the creator, promoter, and manager of an investment scheme known as Hex. Is he the creator? Yes. Is he the promoter? Yes. Is he a manager? No. First sentence, folks. First sentence. The Hex investment scheme offers investors profit through the use of a smart contract, essentially a computer program. It does not offer investors profit. It offers investors token. There's a big difference. You will get token even if it's not profitable if you lock up your stuff. Here it goes. It's just falling apart. I'm not even a lawyer. Why'd this dude take this? Because he thinks that suing Richard will just make things go away. Let's see here. Hex investment scheme offers investors profit through the use of smart contract, essentially a computer program that operates on the internet. The computer code underlying defendant Schuler's smart contract receives payments of money from an investor and awards the investor Hex token. These tokens are not physical items, rather than they are computerized credits that are stored on the Ethereum blockchain, a decentralized open source blockchain. Decentralized open source, okay. The Hex token has no intrinsic function. It is not accepted as payment anywhere. Hex token only has one potential use to an investor, profit. Wrong. It is accepted as payment. It's accepted as payment at many businesses. It can be used as payment anywhere, in fact. As per the IRS, it can be. This is rough already. Here's what's funny. This guy walks into the the attorney's office. He's like, "Hey, I need to sue this guy, but I have to teach you about crypto before we sue him to tell me if I have a case or not." This person, it sounds like, is just crying. He's a wrecked pleb. There are only one of two ways in which an investor in defendant Schuler's Hex smart contract may generate a profit. One, staking one's tokens, where an investor agrees to relinquish his tokens in exchange for a promise of greater balance of the same token in future. You're not relinquishing, you're just locking it up. You'll get it back. It's not relinquish. Wrong word. If I was a judge, I'd be tearing this thing apart, man. Send me to law school, man. I passed the bar, bro. I can throw a football over the Blue Ridge Mountains from 60 miles away. His tokens in exchange for promise of a greater balance of the same token in the future. And 2, price speculation. To generate profit from his or her investment, the investor relies on the efforts of others. No, you don't rely on the efforts of others. You think you're smart. Relying on the efforts of others, you're trying to use the terminology in the Howey test. And when they say the efforts of others, they're referring to a centralized entity, not a decentralized community of people who are purchasing this token, dum-dum. Jeez. As such, defendant Schuler's investment smart contract fall within the definition of a security. See, I told you. Under South Carolina and federal law. No, it doesn't. Oh, this is going to be brutal. Despite these facts, defendant Schuler has never registered the Hex investment scheme as a security with the Securities Exchange Commission for the South Carolina Securities Commissioner, nor has he provided the required investment disclosures. Oh, really? Where's his company? Where's his company, bro? Where's it at? Is it registered in South Carolina? Why don't you name it? I'll wait. What are you doing here? On August 9th, 2022, from his mother's living room in Bluffington, South Carolina, Schuler appeared on the YouTube channel of Jordan Belfort. There, Schuler provided his opinion on the United States registration requirements of investment contracts. Belfort, I know both worlds. Wall Street is not as bad as crypto, and Wall Street is corrupt as shit. Okay, if Wall Street is a sewer of corruption, crypto is a sewer of corruption times 1,000. There's no disclosure in crypto. That's the problem. Schuler, but disclosure is a scam. Disclosure is the effing scam. How's that? You know 100% that no one reads those documents. You know 100% that no one really cares about those disclosures. You know 100% that when you tell someone they could lose everything, they really don't believe you. I think the disclosures are weak, limp dick legalese that doesn't actually save anybody. Now, they took that part. He's taking this part out of context. You didn't hear what happened before or happened after. Richard was making the point that Wall Street regularly screws people because they don't read those disclosures. They don't realize if these entities go bankrupt, all their assets fall away with it. They don't know. They don't understand the fee structures. It's 70 or 80 pages that no one ever reads. So what's the point of doing it? If people aren't required to actually understand it, what's the point? That was the point he was making. This guy just cherry picked. Okay. On September 20th, 2021, the Hex token reached its peak value on online cryptocurrency exchanges at 50.6 cents per token. Guys, I'm a street lawyer, not a real lawyer. I'm a street lawyer. Street lawyer. Don't listen to me. I barely graduated high school. How many times I got to tell you all that? But I'm probably better than this lawyer. On September 20th, 2022, the value of Hex token had plummeted to 3 cents per token, or 94.1% collapse in value. Over 300,000 people have invested in defendant Schuler's sale of unregistered securities. No, 300,000 people have not. It's 300,000 wallets. There's no way for you to verify that. Maybe 30, 50, 70,000 people with multiple wallets. These investors now face losses totaling in the billions of dollars because only if they sold. You know how this game goes. Are you going to sue JP Morgan because you have your investment account with them and the stock market's it's 30% down on the year? Is that what you're going to do here? These investors now face losses. The lawsuit seeks to enforce the securities registration disclosure requirements that the defendant Schuler dismisses as weak, limp dick legalese. Parties and jurisdiction. Plaintiff John Doe, pseudonymous owner of Hex ERC tokens, is a citizen and resident of the United States of America and the state of South Carolina. The plaintiff is pleading a pseudonymous identity due to the aggressive and threatening actions of others who have criticized the Hex investment scheme and the defendant in the recent past. Plaintiff will reveal his identity to the defendant and defendant's counsel when the court-ordered protections are instituted. Man, this dude is salty and sour. He sold the bottom. That dude sold the bottom, and he is mad. And he took his, $5,000. He went and go hire an attorney. I'm going to get my money back. I'm going to make this guy pay. Whoa, I went sideways. Come on now. Stick with me here, you friggin'. I need to get a new tripod, man. This is some weak sauce. We good? All right. You guys get to see my wall there. Can you see my wall? Yeah, you see my wall. You see my yellow wall. Okay. All right, so let's keep going here. This is getting good. Okay. Oh gosh. Description. All right, hold on. The Hex Smart. This is the description per the attorney. The Hex Smart contract is an investment contract in which the investors exchange money for a cryptocurrency token that investors hope will appreciate in value. Cryptocurrency tokens are traded on the internet through online exchanges. These online exchanges generally can be grouped into the two types: centralized or decentralized. Sorry, guys, getting text like crazy. Centralized exchanges typically are owned by a private company and forced to adhere to state and federal securities and financial regulations, and they get people wrecked. They get people. You should have invested in Celsius, bro. See what happened. These regulations include securities and investment company registration requirements designed to inform investors of the risks and benefits of potential investments, and know your customer laws designed to prohibit money laundering, fraud, and other financial crimes. Example of centralized online exchanges include Coinbase, Binance.us, Kraken, and Gemini. The Hex token is not sold on any of these exchanges. Oh, no, it's not. Why not? Why not? Because it doesn't make them money. This guy is salty. He got wrecked. He sold at 93% down. Decentralized exchanges, in contrast, are not owned by a single entity. Decentralized exchanges typically operate as peer-to-peer software, allowing computers to communicate online in a manner similar to BitTorrent or Napster. Because of their decentralized nature, decentralized exchanges are often difficult to regulate and oftentimes violate state and federal laws and regulations. So this guy is quite literally arguing for less autonomy, less freedom, less security, and less responsibility for your own stuff. That's what's happening here. Congratulations. Butt hurt. This dude's butt hurt. Because of their decentralized nature, decentralized exchanges are difficult to regulate, oftentimes violate state and federal laws and regulations. An example of decentralized exchanges is Uniswap, which is currently under investigation by the Securities Exchange Commission, and whose developer is facing a class action involving alleged violations of federal securities laws. Defendant Schuler's Hex token is traded largely, if not entirely, on a decentralized online exchange. This has nothing to do with him. Decentralized online exchanges do not accept fiat currency such as US dollars. Instead, investors who seek to purchase Hex must do so with other forms of cryptocurrency. Let me ask you something. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm going to be careful. The exchange of cryptocurrency for Hex tokens is accomplished with the use of Hex investment smart contract designed by or on behalf of defendant Schuler. In exchange for the consideration of the initial investment, defendant Schuler's Hex smart contract promises two methods of profit making, potential referenced in paragraph 4, staking and price speculation. Investments of money. Participation in the Hex contract requires investment of money. Specifically, investors must exchange cryptocurrency in exchange for Hex tokens. One of the most common forms of cryptocurrency used to purchase Hex token is Ethereum, now the second most valuable cryptocurrency by unit. Hey, why aren't you suing Vitalik? Hex runs on the Ethereum network, bro. Why aren't you suing Vitalik? What's up with that? If it wasn't for Ethereum, Hex wouldn't exist, potentially. Now, the second most valuable cryptocurrency by unit. As the date of this complaint, 1 unit of Ether may be purchased on a federally regulated exchange, such as Coinbase.com, for approximately $1,360. As of the date of this complaint, an investor may exchange 1 unit of Ether cryptocurrency on unregistered online exchanges. Here's what's interesting too. You probably used Ethereum to buy Hex, right? What did Gary Gensler say, the head of the SEC? Not only said recently, but for the past 10 years. It's on the SEC's radar right now as a security. Why don't you sue them? Why don't you sue the transaction layer? As of the date of this complaint, an investor may exchange one, use it, blah, 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 blah. On September 23rd, 2021, plaintiff John Doe purchased approximately 0.587 units of cryptocurrency from an online exchange license with both federal and South Carolina governments in exchange for approximately $1,806. All right, so here we go. Where did he go? Where did he buy it from? From an online exchange licensed from the okay, South Carolina. So he used Binance or Coinbase. He bought $1,806 worth of ETH. On September 24th, plaintiff John Doe purchased approximately 3,675 Hex tokens from defendant Schuler Investment Smart Contract in exchange for 0.56 units of Ether. So the day after he bought Hex, on the date of his investment in the Hex investment contract, plaintiff John Doe's 3657 tokens traded on unregistered online exchanges for approximately 47 cents. Told you, bought the top. All right, let's see what he sold. As the per the date of this complaint, the Hex token price has collapsed to approximately 3 cents US dollars, resulting in a 93.7% loss to plaintiff John Doe's investment. Butt hurt. Just butt hurt, man. Oh, God. I mean, I don't even want to read this. So they're trying to make the securities argument here. Investors in the Hex investment scheme have a reasonable expectation of profit generated from the work of others. There is no profit generated from the work of others. Gosh. Not as per the Howey test and how it defines it. There is no company. There is no work of others. It's the smart contract doing this. You don't know. You lost $3,000 and now you're going to lose even more by losing this case. So now they're going to try to tie this. Schuler's creation of the Richard Hart persona in the Hex investment contract. In January of 2017, defendant Schuler assumed the pseudonym of Richard Hart and began publicly promoting his wisdom and expertise in cryptocurrency investing by both blah, 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 blah. So they give the YouTube links of his YouTube and all that. Originally promoting investment in Bitcoin, Schuler's public proclamations became increasingly frustrated over the next 18 months as alternative cryptocurrency tokens, sometimes known as altcoins, began to appear and divest Bitcoin investors of market share. Schuler said, smart contracts are useless. They're terrible because let's say you need a smart contract to protect you. Hey, I got screwed. How can the smart contract tell if you got screwed or not? It's not going to ask a human. There's no reason ever to use a blockchain or ever use a program, which is all smart contract is. It's just a program. It's stupid, word for word. Yep. On May 19th, 2018, however, Schuler's tune changed. On that date from his Twitter handle, Richard Hart wins. Schuler announced the creation of a new crypto token, BitcoinHex.com. Schuler further encouraged his followers. There's so much context that is just left out. You're just jumping through massive gaps of time. I would hate to be a lawyer. I would hate to be a sophist or a sophist, depending on how you want to say it. The next day, May 20th, 2018, Schuler made the first copy of the computer code for his new investment contract, available at the Bitcoin Hex contract GitHub. Okay. Well, here we go, folks. This is out of control. Good luck. Good luck, buddy. It's gonna be an uphill battle for you. It's gonna be an uphill battle. I'm a street lawyer, man. I'm a street lawyer, and I know it's an uphill battle for you, man. You will get picked apart. And you're gonna see this stream too. Don't go you're probably gonna sue me too. Whatever. Sue me. I'll make you famous too. I'll make you famous. Let's go back up here. We got like 3 minutes to look at comments. Simba says PLSD will drop like a rock after 60 days. I don't know why it would. It gets burned. It's not going to be a pull on the supply, is it? People are either going to be buying it up or burning it. Just judging by the white paper I just saw. The narrative for PLSD was PLSB. No reason for PLSD to move much higher after 60 days. I converted 90% of the PLSD. Maybe. I think RH has taken his man's woman. Bro, something bad happened, man. RH did something. Oh, that was rough. He'd been saving up that money for friggin' 7 years to get his lazy boy recliner, bro. His fancy TV tray with a diamond-studded TV tray. Sideways for Rags. Good chance RH teach the government how to do its job. It's gonna be rough, man. It's gonna be rough. Jury trial. I know, dude. It's crazy. What are they gonna do? They're gonna they can't require him to report. I mean, they're gonna sue him. The SEC's not even suing the guy. The SEC's not even suing him. Is it what? You can't stop it either. What are you gonna do here, bro? I can't believe this is happening over $3,000. Gosh. Holy moly. Hi, Rags. Happy Friday, everybody. Don't Simba, man, you just getting in there. Don't hold on too much of your flea-infested PLSD. More government, more taxes, more regulations. Hell in a handbasket, yeah. Happy Friday, Crypto Stylist in the house. Styling and profiling. Got some Hex ladies. Crypto Monica, I know. Welcome, ladies. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the show. Hats off. Salute. Monica Mofit Meal says Crypto Stylist. Hi, pretty. Even a lawyer's too dumb to catch on. Come on, bro. That guy has got to feel like he's out of his element. I mean, this is not his league. Dude went to Divine Street, South Carolina to find a blockchain lawyer. Oh, shucky ducky. The lawyer isn't stupid. He'll take his money all day. Right. The lawyer wins. In the world of legal battles, the lawyers don't lose, right? Attack on DeFi, that's fair. The lawyer gets paid. He'll sue the ginger out of you. I'm in some Hedron. Sue B, bro. You can't handle the truth. How you gonna blow, bro? It's not about blowing my nose, man. It's nothing's coming out, man. The lawyer's gonna get rugged, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all over the world, my name is Rags Riches. I just want to say, let me check. I asked my team here. Let's see. Whoa, guys, outstanding. So this started on Wednesday. We are averaging. We're averaging about 3,700 claims for Texan token per day. That puts us at about we're pacing 100,000 claims for Texan token. Now, are we going to get 100,000? I doubt it. Like I told you guys, I was like 20,000, 30,000, 20, 30,000. That's huge. We're going to have a lot of people that have Texan token in their wallet. Right? Now, don't sue me, bro. If Jonathan, if you're out there, please just don't buy Texan token because it's gonna go down 92%. You're gonna be like, oh, dollar signs. Let me get Rags, bro. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing to give to you, man. I mean, I'll wash dishes for your restaurant wherever you work. Billy Bob's Barbecue Shack. I'll do it. Sinus irrigation, bro. See, look at all the. I'm a street lawyer, but y'all are street doctors. All right, tell me what I got to do. Tell me what I got to stick something up my nose and squeeze that saline. Hey, Rags, just being enough evidence that RH is doing right by the people. Yeah. Anybody want to show up to the court proceedings? Be like, yeah, I made 6 figures off Hex. I made 7 figures off Hex. I made 8 figures off Hex. I made 5 figures off Hex. Anybody want to do that? Help the guy out. I claim my 2. How do they serve that? I guess they could serve it online. We served it online to Binance. Any updates for the Sega? 7,400. Yeah. In Mobius, there are yeah, we've made some updates. So try again. It's gonna look a little bit different. Use Wallet Connect. We did make some updates this morning. Lawyer to client. I think we should drag this out. Don't invest amounts you can't afford to lose. Life is a risk. Grow up, dude. Unbelievable. All right, guys, I am out of here. Rags Rich is out. 7,400 claims Texan token. Well done. Do not like, comment, or subscribe. If you need a ride this weekend, just hit me up. I'll Uber you, but I'll shame you forever for doing it. Don't do anything stupid. I'm out of here.